Our developer advocates are back with some new updates, so let's get on with SAP Developer News.
Devtoberfest is really rolling now, and it feels like the community is both having fun and really starting to get involved. Now, just to recap, in week 1 we had the kickoff. Week 2, you saw best practices, and what we're just now finishing up is week 3, the Cloud Native Week. There we saw Jens Keller give a presentation on microservices are probably not what you think they are, with a very interesting look at microservice architecture and how it plays into moving your applications to a cloud native environment. Then we also had a presentation by Christian Lechner, and probably wins the award for most interesting title of Pour Some Serverless on Me, a detailed look at serverless computing in the cloud native world. Finally, week 3 wraps up with the Fun Friday motivational speaker, Eric Johnson, his inspirational and fun look at how we deal with challenges in our personal and work lives. So I hope you've enjoyed all the content of week 3 so far. And if you missed anything, of course, all the replays are available here on the SAP Developers YouTube channel. Next week, we have week 4 to look ahead to, and this is our security week. And we're going to take a little different look at security without getting into the nuts and bolts of particular technologies, but look at higher level concepts. For instance, Cedric is going to give a presentation on hackers want your password, how honeypot passwords help to fix many security issues. I'll give a session on the security aspects of the cloud application programming model, which ties directly into the code challenge for next week. And Michelle will give a presentation on container security. Now, her presentation is going to be largely tool agnostic. In her own words, she takes an approach of how the software development process needs to align for better security and not rely on a single magical tool to take care of all the security problems for you. Finally, we're going to have a big Fun Friday activity on October 29th. It's going to be our gaming night. We encourage all of you that are gamers in the SAP community to come join us. Even if you aren't a hardcore gamer, we've got groups pulled together for some more casual gaming as well. But the idea is that when you're done with your work for that day, come join and game together with other members of the SAP community. The developer advocates will be on at different points of the day at several different times so that we can game with SAP community members across multiple time zones. And finally, you can join the Discord server, which is linked in the description or on the Devtoberfest GitHub site. That's where we're going to be organizing all the groups and have group voice chat, and you can see what games are available that other community members are playing. So, like every other week of Devtoberfest, get involved, have fun, and we hope to see you there online for the many events that we have planned.
The October release of the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model features numerous improvements and changes. One of the highlights is the improved transaction handling for the Node.js flavor of CAP. Transaction handling was thoroughly cleaned up and improved in this release. This includes added protection against dangling connections, as well as a new CDS spawn method, which guarantees the execution of properly isolated background jobs. Check out the complete list of enhancements and recommendations regarding transaction handling in the official release notes online. Following up these changes to transaction handling, there's also a new end-to-end documentation available for transaction management within the Cloud Application Programming Model. So take a look at the latest docs for more details on everything regarding transactions.
With the SAP S/4HANA 2021 release, as well as with the SAP Fiori Front-End Server 2021 for SAP S/4HANA, we provide you with an improved SAP Fiori Launchpad experience for web. Not only are there changes to the UX, but also some news on the AI support to improve the S/4HANA application's user experience. Some examples of the user interface improvements are flat tiles and new visualizations for links in the SAP Fiori Launchpad. Also, a new My Home space gives users their own personal starting page. For the AI improved user experience, The SAP S/4HANA 2021 release provides you with a new conversational user experience based on SAP Conversational AI. A procurement chatbot assists operational purchases on their daily job. The chatbot is provided as a template on the SAP Community Network for customers to adapt and adjust to match their exact use case. A lot more improvements and changes were made and can be read in detail in the blog post SAP Fiori 3 What's New with SAP S/4HANA 2021 On-Premise by Thomas Rice on blogs.sap.com.
Functions as a service is a growing trend in the cloud-native computing space that SAP BTP has covered so far with 2 different offerings with slightly different scope and feature set. But we often heard that many developers were unsure which of the 2 offerings was right for them, and over time SAP BTP Kyma Runtime has proven to be a more beneficial and more well-rounded runtime for customers, as it offers more options and benefits from the traction of its open source community. Due to this evolution, SAP has decided to discontinue SAP BTP Serverless Runtime next April and instead focus on SAP BTP Kyma Runtime and SAP Integration Suite for respective capabilities such as OData provisioning, for example. For the full details on this news, have a look at Carsten's blog post in the description box or search for the affected services and runtimes in the SAP Discovery Center.
Improve business processes with SAP Workflow Management. Join this free course online from October 25th to November 23rd to learn about SAP Workflow Management and how it can help you digitalize workflow, automate and extend business processes, manage decisions, and gain end-to-end process visibility. In this course, you'll get an introduction to SAP Workflow Management, learn how to create a workflow from scratch, configure a process template from reuse, enrich it with business rules, and have complete visibility through execution. After completing this course, you'll be able to tailor your processes to your business needs with SAP Workflow Management. Again, this course is free. You would just need to register for an account on openSAP and take the course. The link to register will be in the description below.
What's up, folks? Rich Heilman here, developer advocate, SAP Devs. So last week, Brian Bernard posted another edition of the sample code Repo Roundup, where he highlights the GitHub repositories which were created in the SAP-samples organization in the last 3 months. Brian mentions a variety of SAP BTP use cases and extensions, source code behind technical research publications, as well as materials supporting SAP TechEd 2021, including the Devtoberfest event. Brian nicely categorizes all of the Q3 repositories and links to each of them in his blog post. Check out Brian's sample code repo roundup for more information about the SAP samples organization on github.com and the various sample code repositories within.